The notice requirements provided in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. The notice of this meeting was properly given in the new schedule of meetings of the Spotswood Borough Council on January 1st, 2015. The new schedule was transmitted to the Home News and Tribune and the Sentinel. It was filed with the clerk of the Borough of Spotswood and posted in the municipal building located at 77 Summerhill Road, Spotswood, New Jersey. I'm going to ask for everyone to rise for a salute to the flag and remain standing for a moment of silence. And if you could, while we do our moment of silence, keep in your thoughts Lynn Stewart, who is a senior tax clerk with the Borough of Spotswood, who just suffered a heart attack and was hospitalized and got 3 stents. She's luckily home and recovering. Mary Kate McDonald, also in the tax office and utility clerk, who had an inflammation of the heart, and our own Terry Dunn, who is suffering some medical illness now.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Councilman Stolen?
Here.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Here.
Councilman Seeley?
Here.
Councilman Ritchie?
Here.
Council President Lasacco?
Here.
Mayor Policino? We have resolutions under the consent agenda. Copies of the resolutions on the consent agenda are available on the table. Anyone may take a copy if they so choose. Council President and council members, I will take a motion to accept the resolutions on consent agenda, resolutions 2015-1 through 2015-24.
Make a motion to pass the resolutions?
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Seeley?
Yes.
Councilman Ritchie?
Yes.
Council President Lasacco?
Yes. To me. We're going to do a proclamation. I'm going to turn it over to Councilman Seeley. If I could ask our newly departed council member, Councilman Lagakis, to come forward.
It's not the darkest day.
Yes.
We don't want to break the town's property. This is indeed an honor, because Nick has been a great guy to work alongside of this short term he's had, but a very profitable term for the borough. Whereas Nicholas Lagakis has served as a member of the Spotswood Borough Council with dedication and distinction from March 2013 through December 2014, and whereas Nicholas Lagakis has significantly contributed to the borough government by serving as council liaison to the Department of Inspections, Department of Insurance, the Spotswood Drug Alliance, and the Spotswood Public Library. And whereas Nicholas Lagakis currently serves as the president of the Golden Bear Chargers, a premier football and cheerleading organization for children from Spotswood and surrounding communities. And whereas Nicholas Lagakis has served as coach with the Spotswood Youth Baseball, GBC Football, and CYO Basketball. And whereas Nicholas Lagakis has served as a board member of the Spotswood Soccer Club. And whereas Nicholas Lagakis has extensively supported the Spotswood educational community by serving as president of the Spotswood Education Foundation and being awarded the Spotswood PTA Lifetime Award in 2013. And now therefore it be resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Spotswood expresses their sincere appreciation and gratitude to Nicholas Lagakis for his contributions to the community and highly commends him for the manner in which he's carried out his responsibilities and duties. On behalf of a very grateful community, we wish him and his family success, good health, and prosperity in all future endeavors. Dated January 5th, 2015. Signed, Frank Lasacco, Council President, and testified Patricia DiStefano. Congratulations.
Thank you. I just, real brief, want to just say it's been an honor to serve. It was a short time, but I'm glad I had the opportunity to work for the borough and for all of you, and I want to wish the current council best of luck this year and coming years. Thank you very much.
Best of luck, Nick.
We'll keep you busy.
Welcome, sir.
I'm going to call to the podium, and as the Board of Ed liaison, I'm going to present a proclamation on behalf of the mayor and council to Donna Falkenberry. For those of you that live under a rock someplace and don't know Donna, Donna is very involved in the community, and she served on the Board of Education for quite some time, and has decided to, she lost her first election, and that was at the House when she decided, they decided for her that she wasn't going to run and she was going to stay home, or maybe she decided on her own. But whereas Donna Falkenberry has served as a member of the Spotswood Board of Education with dedication and distinction from April 2005 to December of 2014, and whereas Donna Falkenberry served as Vice President of the Spotswood Board of Education for 5 years and President for 4.5 years, and whereas Donna Falkenberry actively participates in many school functions as a proud parent of one Spotswood graduate and one current student of Spotswood School District, and whereas Donna Falkenberry continuously demonstrates her ability to go above and beyond for being an active member of the Spotswood High School Band, and whereas Donna Falkenberry's dedication and commitment is a model for all parents to follow, and now therefore be resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Spotswood expresses their sincere appreciation and gratitude to Donna Falkenberry for her contributions to our community. She is highly commended for her personal commitment to quality education and valued participation and readiness to render services in seeking educational excellence. On behalf of a very grateful community, we wish her and her family success, good health, and prosperity in all future endeavors. Dated January 5th, 2015.
This is very uncomfortable for me, but I want to thank the council for recognizing my service. It got much more out of it than I ever gave. I look forward to continuing to serve our community on the rec board, so I thank you for that opportunity. And I'm going to probably end up joining some of my esteemed predecessors, former board presidents, in the cheap seats, watching you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Service.
Very much. You're always going to be involved, you know that.
If I can just say, Mr. Council President, you have just seen two individuals that should make the citizens of this town so very, very proud that we have people that are as busy as they are, and they take the time to serve in the capacities that they have. Nick, I've said this while you're on the dais when we said goodbye. You weren't the most outspoken council person, but when we needed a defender of fiscal sanity, I knew I could count on you. Thank you. Thank you both for your service.
Absolutely.
I'll open up. Kurt, anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, March.
You know, Dawn mentioned Schweitzer Mandewitt being present at the holiday Christmas party at the senior center. And the reason they were invited was they donated a substantial sum of money to get the senior center painted, repainted. It had not been painted in, I don't know how long.
About 5 or 6 years.
Okay, so it was due, and they donated the money, and then we wanted to show it off to them. So kudos to that firm. They are town-friendly. They, you know, they have been such a substantial partner in the community for many years, and they still continue to bless us with those grants, those, you know, gifts to help us do things around town. So that's it. I just wanted to give kudos to them.
Excellent.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
This was left on the diocese for us this evening,
Yes,
and I have a question about it.
I was actually going to include it in my administrator report.
You want me to wait till you do?
It's up to you. Go right ahead.
My question is, on the left-hand side, it says, "Dear resident, while on routine patrol on blank and blank, at blank, officer found the following conditions: garage door left open, vehicle left unlocked and open, GPS left in plain view, valuables left in vehicle. Does this mean that our officers are now going to be patrolling the streets, walking and checking car doors?
No, while on routine patrol, in furtherance of their community policing program, they're going to be cognizant of things that residents should be alerted to. Things to protect their valuables, their safety. There, I'll show it up so everybody can see. They would leave it like on your windshield or on your front door, just to alert you of something that you should be cognizant of. So,
Pretty cool.
yeah, it is.
I'll share a personal, perhaps embarrassing story. Well, I got a lot of them, but I'll narrow it to this one. How about that? Because it has to do with this. I actually wrote a letter of commendation about one of the patrolmen to the chief a while back because someone in my family left the garage door open. And he had not only came up to the house and knocked on the door and there was no answer, the door was open too. So when he walked in, as I was in the other room, I was a little startled. But I got to tell you, I found that unbelievably commendable. So I think this is an excellent thing because it's going above and beyond, which they normally do. I mean, they really do. But this just solidifies it and documents it, so to speak, for the residents.
I'm good.
Councilor Ritchie.
I'm fine.
I don't have anything other than the fact that, like Kurt said, the volunteerism and I left out because there was a Board of Ed thing, but Donna does serve on the rec board and she's sitting with Rich, who, these are people that you would think have such salaries with the amount of stuff they do, and everybody, it's the volunteers that just run this town, which is just phenomenal. So, you know, kudos to that as well, but welcome to the public or someone.
Motion to open to the public?
Second?
What happened to Dawn's report?
I apologize. Dawn?
That's quite okay. That was half of my report there. The only
Thank you
other
for-
item I had to bring to your attention is at several council meetings, it's come up that the South Central Flood Commission, inquiring about meetings, what the status of the commission is. I just want to let the council president know I did get a letter from them, and they're asking for the representatives for 2015. So it looks like they are going to start meeting again when you do your council liaison appointments. Take into account that you're going to need to appoint a council rep and an alternate.
Their meetings are at 6 o'clock during the week in New Brunswick, so.
Okay.
The mayor also sits on this committee and his alternate, so there will be representation other than council on the committee.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you. That's-
You're welcome.
and thank you.
Motion to open to the public?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. This is about anything and everything within the borough of Spotswood,
Not Michigan.
not Michigan. Love you though, Cheryl.
Nothing tonight about Detroit. The last time, at our previous meeting, I had said that the police department, that they certainly should be paid a lot of money, that they certainly should be entitled to a very nice salary. My question tonight is this. There were 2 police officers who were ambushed in New York very recently. And my question is, if they had bulletproof glass in their police vehicle, if their police vehicle was an armored vehicle, if it was a bulletproof vehicle, would that have saved them? That's my question.
Well, I mean, possibly. I mean, that's a very difficult question because, quite honestly, I don't think anyone's equipped with the exact knowledge of precisely what happened. Here's the sad part, and it's very important. It's a good thing you brought this up. The individual that assassinated, because that's what it was, the 2 New York City police officers, he traveled our highways. He might have come up Summerhill Road. We don't know that. So it's a very scary time, unfortunately, and I'm not certainly trying to cause hysteria over it, but you're right. You have to use some due caution, but you can't be hysterical and start to armor plate every single vehicle because it's just not functional. This isn't uncommon. It happened in Seattle, Washington, where police officers were sitting in a Starbucks and
A diner.
yeah, and so when it's there's I could tell you a lot of cases that sometimes some of which isn't necessarily public, but we can't armor plate police cars though, at least in my opinion. I mean, it certainly would be a good thing. But
As a taxpayer, I would make the proposal that, if there's extra money around to protect the police officers.
Down. But I don't know
yeah, I don't know.
if the window was down or not.
Well, in any regard to that matter, police try to keep it as a personal thing to be public friendly. It would be very difficult for them to do so if they're behind glass, while they would be safer, obviously, but they can't communicate with you if they're behind bulletproof glass. I mean, if this instance is unfortunately, it's rare, but it does happen. It does happen. It's happened more frequently lately, but society as a whole has got a little crazier lately.
Well, that's one of the things that we
We can only hope they all wear their vests, but the vests only help them from the neck down, so.
that you brought that up. There was in Oakland, California, that there were police officers, this goes back a few years. A guy he broke his parole, but he was stopped for a traffic stop, nothing with nothing. And he fired on 3 police officers who were wearing vests, and he killed all 3 of them. So it's a matter of protecting our police officers. That's my main concern. That my feeling is we should, pardon the expression, take money from the school budget and put that into the budget to protect the police. That would be my feeling, but I'm not an elected official, but it's just a proposal I throw out there.
And the only response I just want to say, because I want to make sure that I wasn't thinking that it was a waste of money. I think if there's anybody probably in the courtroom, aside from perhaps Councilman Ritchie, I believe in safeguarding our police officers as much as possible, and I take personal precautions. So I agree with you. My point only being is the reasonable precautions. You can never, unless you're literally the president basically lives in a bubble, and even presidents are vulnerable from time to time. So there's only so much you can do, but I hear what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying, that we should do whatever it is that we can to make sure our police officers are safe. And my point of only saying that story again, not to cause hysteria, is the fact that you don't want to lose sight the fact that in the borough of Spotswood, our police officers are just as vulnerable as Seattle, Chicago,
Oakland.
New York City.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the point.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Terry Dunn, 58 Outquelt Avenue. I haven't been here since October, so you all had a break. But I want to thank each and every one of you for an extra prayer that you do give me, because in order to make it here tonight, I had to spend the whole day in bed. But so thank you.
We're glad to hear it, Terry.
Glad you're on the mend, Terry. I hope.
Anybody else?
Make a motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
Yep, motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, everyone.